Yeah, it is that weird thing because, and I'm not sure if it's just in the last 20 years where, they talked about, hey, well, if you want to be a professional athlete, you need to do 10,000 hours of this, or like that specializing thing that everyone in the last, 10 to 15 years has focused on. But, I always think that the best actors are the most well-rounded people. And the best way to book a job is to not need the job.
The desperation never gets you.
Yeah, desperation stinks. So, when they talk about making acting, and obviously you have to be skilled or sometimes, you just kind of,
get lucky.
Get lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But so it's an interesting thing. And obviously every person's different and they're going to find their way differently. But I hear a lot of this, like, okay, well, hey, if you want to be successful, you gotta put your head down and just do it and do it and do it. And I get that. There's got to be a balance of some sort. Yeah.
And tunnel vision isn't good for the creative process, and it's certainly not good for the soul, I think.
Yeah.
And there's also a whole dangerous thread now of people saying, if you want something enough, if you work hard enough, you will get it. And that's not true, and it's not fair. There are some people who are not suited for one reason or another to something that they've set their heart on, and to be told you're not getting it because you don't want it enough. What? It's not. There's so much luck involved,
especially in the arts, right? Because arts are subjective.
Yeah.
Right. So you could do 10,000 hours of acting class. That doesn't mean you're going to get a job. But if you do 10,000 hours of studying to be a doctor, you might probably end up being a doctor.
It's not a meritocracy. It's not a meritocracy.
That's right.
That's right.
And you have to accept that. Otherwise, it will really do a number on your emotional health, I think.
Sure.
One thing I love about, so my wife now is we both studied acting at NYU, and we both
You're very good, by the way. You're very good. I've seen you. And I remember, I think I even asked someone if I could do some scenes with you, but it wasn't arranged. But no, I've noticed you.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're good too, of course.
I will not make that happen now. You'll never work with him again. Thank you so much.
Yes, my wife is back at her alma mater, an all-girls high school, as the head of the drama department. And a lot of those girls are interested in training and going to college for acting or performing and whatever. And my instinct as a dad and as someone that has done this is like, no, don't do that. That's too hard. Like, pick a easier, less, emotionally crushing life. But what I love about acting training and performance training and those experiences that come along with that is if you keep your head up instead of doing tunnel vision, like we talked about, those skills that you get doing that, the people skills, the,
emotional intelligence,
totally.
And, empathy, those skills, the ability to listen and not just talk, like all those people skills, boy, other industries crave people with those skills. And you might find your fit in another industry and be better equipped to succeed in that industry because of what you've learned in your training as an actor, as a performer. And so it's interesting because, and Steve and I talk a lot about, like, the LA track or the New York track or the London track, whatever. But because the New York track, or I think most of the time the London track, involves a lot more, maybe sometimes traditional education or whatever, like there's more opportunities to get pulled into other industries, either through side jobs or because of teachers or whatever. And I love that because those skills in the world disseminated are useful.
Yes, that is so true. That is, nothing's wasted.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
and there's 1,000 roads to what we do, not just one.
That's true too.
I never had any acting lessons, and of course that's a dangerous thing to say because people will say, yes, we wondered what it was.
Yeah, I didn't really learn how to act until about 10 years into my career. So, I mean, it's just how it is.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.